Hey folks, welcome to another edition of AKS Me Anything. Today we're here with Peng Gao, who is in the team that takes care of something quite important, which is Kubernetes versions and Kubernetes releases. So what can you tell me a little bit about what the job the team does and what the team has been doing over the past, say, 2 weeks, month?
Yeah, so my team is focused on Kubernetes versions. As you know, the upstream will release new Kubernetes version every 3 months, every 3 or 4 months. And in AKS, we need to support those new versions. We need to test new versions, and also we need to support long LTS version, long-term support version. So for the past few weeks, what we're doing is trying to release 1.33 GA version.
Oh, so we typically don't introduce them right away in GA. So we do a preview of those.
Yeah.
Right, and then we GA after that. After we have some testing and some signal, then we GA. So right now we have 1.33 in preview.
Yes, in preview.
And we're working on GA. So, and how long did it took us to get from, I guess, the release upstream of 1.33 to the preview of 1.33 in AKS?
You mean the time?
Yeah.
Basically, it depends on how the test work, how the test results. Typically, it will take us a few weeks to fix all.
So in this 1.33, it took us a few weeks to get from upstream release of the stable release of 1.33 to 1.33 preview.
No, from upstream release version and we preview a version, it only take like a few days.
A few days?
A few days.
Wow.
Yes, because we start our preview testing from alpha or beta.
So upstream release is alpha, and you start testing immediately with that. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so basically...
So most bugs, most issues that might happen show up there, and then we start working on any of those changes, I assume.
Yes.
Very good. What are the typical things that the team can encounter? What are some of the most typical failures that happen in a new version as we find them?
Yeah, for example, one typical failure we always have is new Kubernetes versions always remove some feature gates.
Right.
And some feature gate will become will change the default value, and that change is a behavior change, and our code need to update, need to modify, and need to change our behavior.
So that could affect essentially every component we have running in that cluster, right? That's I would say one of the biggest value props then for customers is that if they're running our components, they're being called by your tests, and then we're fixing those components or fixing this change, this gate, this configuration in order to make sure they don't break.
Yes, we have a set of E2E tests and all the tests and for different versions, for different features that AKS provide, and we're going to make sure that all the features are working properly in the new Kubernetes version.
Very good. And so, in a normal world, the user would need to test that themselves.
Yeah.
If they're running their own, say, core DNS or their own Kata or etc. In this case, we catch those.
Yes.
We front load those fixes for the user. So when the user upgrades to this version, it's and this is even before preview.
Yes, it's before preview.
Very good. And now we're looking at GA, so we're looking at signal and looking to see, presumably, if there's any issues reported, or if there's anything our alerts, our runners detect. And
runners or feedbacks from internal teams, and the test results, etc.
Right, because we have a lot of internal teams as well running on AKS across Microsoft, so we get feedback from those as well, which is pretty good for, as a regular user in the world, to know that there's so many teams, engineering teams at Microsoft. Having those as users of AKS itself also gives a lot of feedback to the service that then external users benefit equally from. Very good. And so what are some of the things that, looking forward, you're kind of very excited about the team working on?
First is the LTS. So LTS is very important for customers and also for us because some customers might not want to upgrade the cluster very often.
Right.
Yes, so we provide our LTS solution. So we keep patch the CVEs, we keep provide a supported version, and the customer can stay on that version for another 1 year. So that's quite important for us. And the other thing is we want to optimally the whole process. So basically, honest, we have many work need to do during the process of onboarding a new release. Yeah. So basically, we need to optimize it and try to automatically like use pipelines or something else to automatically fetch the new versions and to run the test and generate a report and generate the report to give us to create PRs. Yeah.
That's really, really good. And I think there's two things that we always got from customers. On one hand is the ask to be as fast as possible to deliver the version. And so getting it in a few days is great. And the other hand is be as slow as possible removing it, which is basically where LTS really comes in, right? And then the third thing that usually is the visibility on the changes that we often also have. And so I know we have change documents. I know we have, very recently we also had the versions included in release tracker. So you can actually see where the version is, right? And so that was great work to provide that visibility as well. And one thing, we had Yi come in on previous AKS Me Anything, and he mentioned that in LTS, we allow for things to jump versions and upgrade with simplify things. But one of the things we didn't talk about was what are we exactly providing with LTS?
First, the security patches. Yeah, we fixed the CVE, so it's more secure. And the other thing is our support. We support from 1 more year after the upstream deprecate one version.
So the community stops supporting and providing patches at the given date, and we will, at that point, take over providing patches for that across another year. And is it just the Kubernetes components, or is it beyond?
It's not only the Kubernetes components, but also some add-ons, like CoreDNS.
Right.
Yes.
So the add-ons that AKS manages, they're also included in that, not just the Kubernetes components, and presumably the nodes as well, like the OS, the operating system.
Yeah, the OS.
So your whole stack is basically covered for that extra year if you're in LTS. Very, very good. And right now, what are some of the things we're trying to improve at the upgrade in LTS and version stage? But basically, it's a never-ending work, right? Is the team trying to automate further? What are some of the challenges the team is trying to simplify their own lives or maybe the life of users?
Yeah, actually, there's one new feature we are working on is the component version.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, inside for one AKS Kubernetes version, there are many components, right? The CoreDNS, the kube proxy, and all the add-ons, the CNI, CSI, etc. So, but currently we don't have a very good way to provide this information to customers. So what we are doing is to add a new API that customer can use this API to figure out what the components are running in this cluster and what their versions.
And by composing all the add-ons, etc., so you would say things like, if I'm in 1.30, I am running CoreDNS 3.17, and if I'm running in 1.31, I'm running CoreDNS 3.18.
Yeah, for example, if I before upgrade the cluster, customer may want to check what components will get upgraded. Right. Yeah. So for example, KDA will upgrade alongside with the Kubernetes version and also other add-ons. Right,
because within a minor version of Kubernetes, we typically keep the add-ons stable, only patching them. But then at an upgrade is really when we're going to upgrade minors and majors of add-ons. And so that's where it's super helpful to provide that visibility. Yeah, I can see that how being super, super helpful for customers. And they can, even if something happens, they can see what version changed specifically. Very good, very good. That should be really, really awesome. Well, thank you very much for sharing that with us. This is amazing work that customers depend on, and they really appreciate both that duality of speed to introduce and slow to remove, as well as all the tests that we do for them. Back at home, thank you all for attending another AKS Me Anything. As always, remember to like and subscribe to our AKS community, and let us know, like today, what are some of the topics that you'd like us to discuss next, and stay tuned for more. Thank you.